Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about something important. Talking about the mess. It's going to be a mess, but we kind of like giving you a little bit of internal sight of the understanding the mess, when the mess is coming. You're all aware of with this mess, but now when that evolutions is coming inside of you, those evolutions processes that it's going to be personally from within you, and then within your own relationship you have to learn things. You get this, I would say, awareness, intelligence, a new culture within you that you build now and you live by. So there's gonna be some things, there's gonna be some situations that is gonna come into your life because of that. Why? Number one, that mess of you dealing with your old self and higher self, that improves your new self within you, and you're gonna be looking at back within that your own mess, basically. But later on, that your own mess is going to be turned within the situations that you're going to have in life, and you're going to learn that the people who's going to come into you and to the new age, new stuff, they're going to be coming with you. Whoever's going to come up and pop up with you in the boat, they're going to come with you. Okay, because you're going in that directions in there. But there is going to be also a mess within the people who are going to be not joined. There's going to be some things and situations inside of you because they're going to be liking your old self that you do not resonate anymore within you. And this is going to be the moment of your intellect insight that you are going to have to understand in a sort within yourself. It is about that it is okay. It is okay there, because there's gonna be some people who's gonna remind you about your old version within you, and they're like, that old version doesn't resonate there because I am within the new energy. I was preparing for these energies. I was working on myself. I improved myself, and here is that new versions of me. Why you bring in my old version? You want to try to bring me back? I can't go back. The door is shut. So, talking about this, we are gonna give you a little bit of heads up in there within this, because throughout your relationships, you're gonna be finding out that things are changing and evolving. People will love the evolutions, or people will bring you down. But we had a very good talks and tips here for you guys. So I'm gonna be passing the microphone to Paulina, so she's gonna take it away with us a little bit.
Thank you. A little bit of personal perspective. Yeah, definitely that's a hard moment, the first moment when you first fight with yourself, when you want to make those changes. Sometimes they are not comfortable, but you kind of like some of those things are still holding you back, but you see that you cannot get stuck. Like if you want to continue on your journey, which is a constant evolution, you have to be okay with just leaving behind some of the things. And I think it's not always that you leave the things that are bad. Sometimes it's just you have your habits, or you have your hobbies, or you have people that you, it's like you still may like them, or you may still like those hobbies, but it's just a matter of choices, because it's those things, either you won't have enough space for them anymore, or they will start not resonating that with you anymore. And again, like it's both for people or things that you were doing in the past. So I think that's the first step when you're just becoming more aware, and also just evolve, because it's just we are constantly changing. So obviously, like, we will not be the same, we will not have the same preferences, and we will not have the tolerance for some of the things, especially like talking about the relationships, and things that you were able to agree on or tolerate. Once you see that, okay, it was not entirely healthy, or you had to sacrifice something from yourself in order to get it going within this relationship, or you had to pretend that someone that you're not. So I think that's the first step, and just accept that you are changing and you just cannot take all the luggage with you on this trip. And that's okay. You have just one piece of luggage. You cannot put everything there. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Also, you're gonna find out. It was a very good point right there with the luggage. You can't carry everything, especially a luggage that is not yours. You'll learn that in there. Hopefully, you guys learn that lessons in there. But there is something else that it's have to look, especially when I mean, you experiencing this into friendship zones. You experience this in the relationships. You experiencing this within the karmic situations, within the soulmate situations. You experience it similar when you become awakened as a twin flame. What happened to you when you awaken as a twin flame and you tell people how you feel, what the energies are, dreams and situations? How many friends did you got lost? How many people or relatives you got lost that touch base with you and so on and so on? Why? It is mass. And during this process, and there, look at what you knew. The new you have to be learning to stay right on the course, to evolve to where you are going. That is your directions. You're going to understand the quote that friend is the one who accepts you where you've been, knows what you'll be going through, and still gently invites you to grow and accept you as you have been growing. And you will understand that some of the people, when they see your growth, or guys, don't take it personally, okay? We're talking about here things. But when you grow, some people, they're going to be remembering who you were. And when they remembering who you are, they are going to be come back to you as a test. Some of this is they're going to be like, well, what happened to you? You used to be like this, used to be like that, used to getting on this, and so on. And they're kind of like, what happened? When you look at it in that in itself, there is going to be also people is like, wow, you did a huge self-improvement to yourself. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. This is great that you did that work. I loved what you've been doing with yourself. So if you look at it within all this, there's going to be some mess within the collective with all this. So the people who are codependent, they're codependent on your own old self. So there's going to be the people who's going to come in and they're going to try to bring you down back to the energies that you were, but it can go back and there. But there's gonna be some people who's gonna be hopping in the boat with you within the new energies and goes within there. In the both cases, you're gonna learn that they're helping of the people to grow. The one who's been grow comes with you. The one who's not coming with you, they need to grow. So it's about evolutions. It's about energies within this. But the first mess you're going to be experiencing similarity is in you looking at in you that internal mass and you going within the new because that's what the you evolving, that's where you going. And what the evolution brings within you, you grow. The personal growth within yourself. That is, you get this your evolutions within yourself in all areas of life. Because the one goes in and transfer to the rest in there. But be patient with that mess. Don't take it personally. And it's beautiful when you're sharing things with partners, you're sharing things with people. Okay? But if someone comes to you with the lower energies, don't judge. Somebody comes in within the new energies, accepting them. Be things from within. And look from within you. This is a new life that's coming. Like it or not, Age of Aquarius are here. You might have as well enjoyed it. But during this muddy process, there's gonna be a mess. And the big part, again, don't take things personally. So,
Yeah, I think it's, it's a constant change, and it's just, if you're changing, it's like it's a little bit easier to accept, comparing to when your circle of friends is changing. Although it's not a natural process, like you cannot resonate with people if you're doing your work and they are getting stuck at some point, or you have learned some lesson and maybe they also learn some lessons, but your paths kind of diverge. It's, if you're growing, it doesn't mean that always one person grows. Like you can both grow together doing your stuff on the, meanwhile, but just your paths were connected on this lower level, but then you kind of grow in other directions, and that's also fine. Like it doesn't mean necessarily that, someone got stuck, they just did went the other direction. But I think it's they come those kinds of situations, they come for a reason, because as you said, it's kind of a test, because it will make you think. If someone tells you, oh, you've changed and you become this, you were not like that year before, like last year. And it's just, it makes you think. It's just, am I going in the right direction? Like, am I, or maybe I missed something on the way. Maybe I got lost a little bit. You will start questioning yourself. But in the end, I was just thinking today, it's just, are you feeling happy now, or it's all about how do you feel? If those changes, whichever direction you're, whoever you're becoming, right? Like that, this new version of yourself, like it's all you can answer that if you see by yourself and ask yourself, like, are you happy right now? Like, are you happier than you were a year before, or you're stuck? So I think that's the best estimate. You cannot see in what people are telling you, because you know best. Like, are those changes that happen to you, are they make you feel better or worse? And if you grow towards your true self. So I think in those cases, like, this is the best assessment you can get. Just ask yourself, like, do you like the best version of yourself? And don't worry if some other people don't like it, or they don't resonate with that anymore.
um, yeah, you gotta be okay with this. Also, you gotta be very, very diligent of recognizing some of the things. Maybe the people gonna comes in and says like, "Well, you used to be like this, but be mindful about this, this, and this." What does that tells you? At the same time, there brings you to the past and other side. They try to uh, warn you or guilt tripping you or some ways on that. You need to understand. Again, don't take things personally. The resonance of the energies, wherever you are going within the new, you are on a path of making the new, especially for those people who are right up front, breaking old patterns. Guess what? They're going within the know with things that they don't know either, but they are going in there to shine the light of what the data unknown is to make it known. But you can't be right there making the changes within yourself, the things that you did not know, if you're staying back. And this is going to be uh, the diligence within yourself when you're in the spiritual journey. You to keep going, you to keep getting in there. You know why you're in the journey, you know why you're doing it. You're improving yourself, you become an example. That example changed the society. That's it. But without personal gains inside of you is also a relationship with your partner, relationship with your friends. You develop all this. And how nice it is to have the friendshipness with peace. How nice it is to have the relationship with you in peace. How nice is it to have your work relationships within peace. And there, that is improvement of life. It is about to evolve the things inside of it. But be mindful within you. Where are you going? What are your thoughts? What your thought patterns are? But also from others. Because if you look at it, uh, this quantum module, the new cell comes out, the old cell comes out, but they live in the same environment. We all live in the same environment. Okay, but at some point they're all going to learn the same thing. Thinking about like the branches of a tree. The branches of the tree, kind of like they are in separate ways. They are branches, they're branching out, but what they're part out of it is the same tree. It's the same thing with us. Okay, we're not more different within this, and especially when you work with the new patterns within the collective, it's like, well, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like the way it is. It's gonna be like this. But building the new, it's required to let go of the old. And if the people doesn't getting into the old, is about you to get into the new from within. The first people they are trying to build, for example, people trying to build something and they build it one way. It turns out not to be the greatest. So they learn how to becoming architects to build it better. That's mean that the people who are living on the tent, they cannot accept the new Stone Age buildings. Which one is better, right? So to go back in this is going to be this internal mess coming back within the topic. Be mindful about that mess where you are, but you're going to understand we are in this muddy situation. Same thing like in the muddy situations when you become awakened as a twin flame. You didn't know where you were. You didn't know the things where they are. You begin to search within yourself, and then you begin to search things. Somehow the energy points you the directions towards the twin flames situations inside of your journey that it's there. But the journey doesn't stop until twin flames. It's going. A lot of the people, the spiritual people, they say this. And when you're getting into the new energies, that's even gets better. Every improvement in life, it gets better. But the biggest improvement is you. So go back to you, darling.
Yeah, I think one thing that can keep people stuck or scared, those next steps, it feels like sometimes you just have to go alone on the journey. Like it's not always, and I think there is a purpose of that. Like especially if you haven't learned this lesson yet, that you just have to be okay with just being by yourself, like completely. You may start seeing that people are just kind of crumbling down from your life because for example, you were upgrading yourself so fast. Like you were just learning a lot on the way, and you had all these people who were kind of busy with their lives. Like they were getting stuck or they didn't make those changes. So you may seem that step by step you have less and less people around you. So think like first it's not about quality, like a quantity of people you have around. Like you will see that you will be valuing more having one connection or two connections that are really making change. Like you just have a support from these people, and you will start caring less about just having, oh, I have to have a bunch of friends, because you will not even have time for that, honestly. But I think it's also, it looks to me that it's just somehow we all have to go through this very lonely time that we feel, oh my god, I'm just losing all my friends. But after that, those old friends, they will just do their stuff, but you will just get new people. So I think that's also the purpose. How many you just have to make a space for new connections to come, because when you evolve, you will be matching some other people who also did their work, and you just resonate at the same level. Some people call it like soul family. So I think that's also another point. It's just if you are at some oh my god, what at some part of the journey you feel like, oh my god, I'm alone, and is it gonna be forever like that? I don't believe that. It's just somehow you just have to go, not to have any distractions from the people. But people are like, I have never felt heard about anyone that would say that it's lonely journey forever and ever. It's just come, people come and go, and they will come and they will walk with you a little bit more, and maybe they walk away for maybe forever or for some time. But just it's always a change, come and go, and just you. It's still your personal journey. You have to be okay with going with people and without.
One of these purposes about this mess, guys, here it's coming a little bit. Let's have some little fun up here. Killing the personal attachments. Attachments you have from the beginning of life. You attach to mom, you attach to dad, and then you attach to your surroundings, you're attaching to people, you're attaching things. But what is a personal attachment in there? Personal attachment, if you're looking at our psychology, it is leading from the codependency. You're not free within a certain, you're always codependent of something, somewhere, someone, or anything out there. The part of that healing it is that it's going to be healing all those areas of life where you are a codependent on a personal level. And when that comes into you, it doesn't matter if you are in the part of you evolving. It doesn't matter if you're in the part like, well, these people evolve, what the heck I'm doing? I have to pull them back, or however you're going to take it. You look at it on both sides of that. This is going to helping to healing the society about this personal attachment, because the personal attachments in there, they are part of this codependency. When you heal that codependency within yourself first, it's going to help you to don't have codependency on a partner, but creates the freedom within the partnership. You can't have codependency and a personal attachment and be in a free, uh, beautiful love relationship. And this is why it's going to be that mess from within yourself. But when you get the things clear that out, when you clear the personal attachments, the spirit is going to begin to comes in, because right now you're not interfering of the spirituality that comes in into the lower self, that stuff of taking things personally. But during the mass, during all this, you have to be aware of, again, don't take things personally, but look from within you. What side you are. The side that it's still and stuck in the old patterns, and you need to require healings, inner work, and so on. Or you are within the new and you understand the people who comes behind it, or the people who not resonate with this, they maybe come back to you. They maybe come to you renewed. They maybe did their inner work, and they comes in and say like, "Hey, perfect. I see your point now, because I'm in this journey. I have question for this, I have question for that." But it is about to understand the mess. That's what this video was about, and be understandable. Have this awareness where you're at. That awareness that helps you inside of you. So
Mm. You know what I just realized? It's just we may be having people from the past reaching out to us out of nowhere sometimes after months or even years not talking. It's like trying to catch up or trying to think, oh, how you're doing. But I think it's, we were talking about the test. Like you're getting, if you have some, if you're healing something, you have to have this chance for corrective experience. So you will get tested. It looks like that's kind of testing you. Okay, let's see where you're at. Like, let's see how you've grown, and are you able to really make this transition? And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of came to me this way. It is just kind of a test. Are you ready to just leave it behind and, just leave those people? You just have your boat. We were talking about this boat. you're just taking this boat and just moving. Like not everyone can join you on a boat, so it's just this kind of catching up and just making sure that like the official decision, are you going or not. So I think that's the reason why people are from the past sometimes like kind of reaching out, because they sense that, oh my god, you're falling apart. Maybe they can even sense it, maybe within energies, that they feel you're coming more separate, so they try to reach out. But it doesn't make sense to keep them maybe in your circle anymore, because you just don't resonate anymore. So I think it's just you have to say goodbye to some of the things, or maybe it's temporary, but wherever it takes you, I think you just have to be okay with that, and don't stuck, and don't keep yours don't stop your progress. Just try to move ahead. And
This is the beauty right here. We used to operate when we take things personally. Uh, it's a very good point, darling. Very good. Thank you. When you open things on me, it's just that's what the partnership is. Sometimes when she's talking and she's open up, my subconscious is like, okay. Let me go back into that topic in there. Talking about this, don't close doors. See, in that personal attachments, what people do is they close doors. I cannot talk to these persons anymore. They're a little different. I cannot talk to these people. They pull me back down. I cannot be with this person because of my personal attachment. I take things personally, or however. Don't close doors. You're not here to closing doors. You're not here to things. You can say goodbyes. Goodbyes is not forever. Okay? You can see things inside of it within you. But what's going to happen is since you're moving within the new and you're staying in that portal, you tell the people, hey, you see where I am? You can come too. But you have to do your work. But if you shut the door down, if you're in the new cycle and you shut the door down, what do you do? Do you helping people? No, you don't. You have to be relentless with this, not closing things, not closing doors. You can temporize like, hey, I'm within this Georgie, I'm a new self, I'm this. Either gonna accept me or you don't accept me. That I'm not taking personally. That's it. I'm not taking personally. That's how I am. I don't know about you, but that's me. Okay, I improved. I did work because I understood that this is bad. My personal attachments lets me into a personal drama within me. I don't want to have this drama. I don't want to live with drama in my life. That drama brings me trauma. Come on. And people see that, within yourself. But talking about like you show them the road, but it's their job to walk through the door. But if you close the door, okay, you close that door, you block them, or you not doing anything, or so on and so on. What do? You think you advanced? You didn't advance at all. You didn't even move a bit. You just got engaged within the new energies, and you think that you're in a new cycle. This is why it's also applied to the the people who are being in the connections. You're not blocking them. You're not saying anything. Something has to happen. Will happen. That's how it goes. But understanding that it's gonna be a mess, and when you evolve and you look at it that mess, you're not looking at it anymore just the one side. You look both, because you know how it goes. What take you to get there? What took you to remove all this personal attachments in there? And how happy you are right now, because you heal part of the codependency within yourself. But also by healing that codependency in self, you have more room to love right now. You have more room of thinking of different things that you can do. not what is the person or your partner or whatever is occupying with your mind. You free space to expand your consciousness underneath and all that area, underneath all those energies. That's what that is, guys.
You know what just came to me? Honestly, this is the only chance to learn where your soul's gonna take you on the journey. Because if you block yourself and you get stuck, like, how can you know? And sometimes it's like you don't expect the direction your soul wants to go on a journey. So it's just don't judge, which direction it wants to develop, because it will involve, just leaving some people behind. Because if they were your journey is supposed to go different direction, obviously they cannot come with you. So I think it's just that's another point, and that's why you have to be okay with just leaving people, and just you cannot stay with them, or they will not resonate with you if your direction of the growth or evolution is a little bit different than your current environment. So I think that's one thing to remember. Like, this is your choice, basically. It's just no one is forcing you on a journey, but it's your choice, and it's not an easy one. Sometimes it's just people choose to stay in this kind of comfort of the old. But if for you the evolution is more important and just developing yourself, like, you will make this choice. And it's some people may call it sacrifice, but it's okay, it is, but it's still worth it, because it's super interesting once you start realizing, okay, my soul wants me to do this and this, and you kind of start sensing it, and you're starting to be guided. There is a little bit of, first you have to have this mass and internal fights, but at some point your intuition will be growing stronger and stronger, and your ego and your needs and all these human interactions will become less important. And that's the moment that you can be guided towards your path, and it gets more easy, I think, after that point. But you just have to push through this transition period.
Another thing is that you're gonna be overcoming your comfort zone, which is gonna set the pace for your evolutions in there. Nothing grows in the comfort. So, for example, if you're living in the 1800s and you have that comfort zone, imagine I'm teleporting you to today in 2023 when this skyscrapers is in there. Everyone has one of these things that lights up and people doing this in there. And you came in and all this modern world, how you gonna be? Because you are used to be to what happened in the 1800s. You're used to the horse carriage in there. You used to be to a different manners in there. And now you come back in here and it's like, oh my God. So some of you have to look at it inside about helping people to transitions. But first, who needs the transitions is you. Okay? Recognize it. It's your choice. It's your choice if you want to stay in the old. But during that mess, if you choose to stay in the old and the people going within you, within the new energies, with the new stuff in there, please have respect with where the people going. Is the same way. If you're there within the new energies, guys, have a respect who wants to stay in the old belief system, the old paradigms, and the old energies. But don't create the mess. You're gonna be we are in this mess, so we can learn not to create a mess. And that is what our message to you guys is. Okay? So we got for you. I don't know if you darling have something to say.
Oh, you summarized it well. I think we've gone for long enough. So thanks for those who stayed to the end.
Yeah, actually the people who stays at the end, they get the goodies. It's usually that how it goes. But the most of people, I pay attention to this, that even in back in the days in our training, the winners come early. They're the first and they're leaving the last. And that's what happens is that people who have not developed the patience to watch videos all the way through, There's a trigger that it's there. I cannot do this. I cannot take this, and they stop. I can't there. But if there was down the road in the last site of the last situations in there, because there is a key words when everyone speaks and talks, one word, it's 1 second in there, can change your life. And that's what the people have to understand this. But that is it coming from intelligence, intellect to do and to stay in that from within. So we already talked about yesterday about it. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching us. We appreciate it. We had a very good talk about this, and we're gonna have some more things coming up out of us to you guys. I want to say thank you for watching us, and from me, you guys, do it with love. Always do it with love. Be love. You know what that is, right? Love ya.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.